Hello everybody, Torq here, back with Return to Moria, Durins folk. This is going to be episode 5. We're going to go over a few things and test some stuff out in this one. I've received some special questions and hey, can you kind of go over this thing? One of them was, can you throw some tutorial about fighting? I'm going to do my best. We'll probably do an expedition for that, just so I can have a good amount of orcs that I know that are going to show up. But the first thing that we're going to try and see if we can figure out the range of the miner. As we can see from our Delvestone, we have one miner and it says no vein found. Now, we used the way system to wander all the way over to Mithril area and put down a marker. He couldn't find it. So there is a distance of it that exists, right? So I believe in this area, I'm not 100% sure, but yep, we got some right there. Now, the problem will be, well, we got some right there too. They can get to that coal though. So we're going to do this coal. Now, we need, for this, we need iron ingot and cloth scraps. Now, we're outside of our hearth zone. So we're going to have to carry everything to do this. I don't mind them making or mining coal to keep that going because we're going to need that for the forge and the blacksmith to make iron ingots or whatever ingot that we need, and then the trinkets for trading, they're gonna need it. So coal is a good one. So we're gonna need, let's look at this again. Wood, we have plenty of wood. I keep that on me for other stuff. And then we're gonna need 10 iron ingots and 25 cloth scraps. So iron ingots, we got that. You know what, do this. I'm gonna get more than that. In cloth, that I always thought that I was just having way too much of that. I guess it's of use now. We'll run on down here, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to get to this. If they don't, then more likely it's you got to have a hearth stone and possibly a rally point, but we'll look at that here in a second. Now I might have to build a bridge over to that iron because that's just straight iron. Okay. Now if I do it, I'm just gonna do it the middle. Okay, it's right next to coal. Okay. Let's go look at the Delvestone. If he can't make that from the Delvestone, then I mean, really, what's the point of a miner then? Working. So he can make that. So now I'm going to let him work for a little bit. And I'm going to see, you know, how much he deposits in the delving chest. They certainly are working some of this up. What was the other one? Steel? I even have steel right here. Yes, I do. What did I put in here? Oh, you got lots of stuff. You got lots of stuff. So, but you don't have a lot of coal left. Maybe I will leave that guy in just coal. Because that's gonna be either that or I gotta find a way to grow blaze shroom. I don't know if I could have done that beforehand, but lacks building materials, at ease, working. Okay. What are you guys lacking? Building materials. So we'll look at this. So we're going to leave that guy to his own devices. Now, he does have full armor, so that's good. No available builders. They'll be coming over. So you guys weren't lacking building supplies. You were just lacking the fortitude to get up off your ass and move over here and build it. You suck. Really. Now the next question is, I only have 7 dwarves, and already my mining, or I was gonna say mining encampment, my base is getting a little crowded. There's not even, I think they're having problems getting in between these because there's not enough room in between the beds. And they'd probably be good with how, you know, if we had like separate rooms or something. I mean, that would be nice. I can do one of 2 things, and I'm kind of leaning toward any of them. Okay. I could either start trying to make this area larger, put down the, well, I don't know if it would be rally stones or whatnot, or just more delve stones, because I don't know the range of the delve stone, but maybe I could put a bed or redo the housing, because there are a couple houses here. I could redo the housing and just start transforming this into more of a Dwarven, the new Dwarven capital. Or I could change it up to one of 2 areas, I believe would look good. The first area is near a place that I thought of during my first campaign run. And it's near Daredwolf, the upper city. It is extremely large. Which one is this? Okay, that one. And it is the first place where I think you encounter a troll. It's this area. There's several buildings already here. This one, that one was kind of like torn apart. Then that one. So there's plenty of room to just kind of spread out, so to speak. And there's really only 2 entrances. There's no other door over here. As you can see, that's just a black wall, and this is a black wall. So that's it. Right there. Boom, boom. And then I could go this way. If you had 3 of the large hearths, I think you can go all the way down. It'd probably take 4 or something to try and get the full width and all that. But this could be a fairly good area for lots of little rooms, levels, and doing all the gardening down here, and then the upper levels, you know, it would probably look fairly decent. You could do the city, but with the way the bridges are, it's kind of, I don't know if I want to get into trying to rebuild bridges. I've even seen somebody build a base in between these 2 like walls, the pillars up there, and have a spiral staircase that goes up there to protect it against raids. You know, it's an idea. Or the third place that I'm going to show you. And that would be... Nope, this is the wrong one. Desolation area. near Durin's Forge, or Durin's Forge and the Desolation area. This, the place that has fairly a lot of buildings. You could, again, Durin's Forge is up there, so you could do... There we go. Kill that guy. Durin's Forge is up there, so you can certainly go ahead and clear all that out, put some walls up, and do everything behind this right here. Durin's Forge is fairly big, or you can do the city area, which is actually kind of nice. I've seen some good builds from people putting up an entire city area that's been rebuilt. I mean, you go search some of the Reddit sites and, damn, like, they got skill. I am not that skillful, or let me rephrase that. I don't usually take the time with building large permanents in these kind of games. However, Durin's Folk, I do want to go ahead and explore it. So those are kind of my options. I'm leaning toward the Elven Quarter or the Upper City. Comments would be appreciated. Let me know what you think. But it will mean that there's a lot more of me making stuff in other areas. And less of some of the other aspects of this expansion will be looked at in a quick fashion. That makes sense. Hopefully it does. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is we're going to do an expedition, and I'm going to explain how I fight, so that maybe that might help some people. I am not the best, but I'm not the worst. I'm kind of stubborn and pig-headed though, so be that as it may. Do I have any Lembus left? Yes. Lembus gets rid of your... It refills your whole energy bar, so you can just keep on going. So keep that in mind too. We're gonna go and find... Let's see if there's any of these. Here we go. Iron and Red Barrel. The Red Barrel is for one of the traders. Now, this has Fell Beast and Orcs, Moth, Warg, Drake. I don't know if we want to do that. I'm also gonna do something too. Damn, I can't change it. Move. Yep, I'm trading it out. Now, the mod to allow... got me stuck there. The mod to allow 2 masterworks doesn't seem to have been updated just yet, unless by the time of this recording it is. So, just gotta go with this. But we're gonna need some wood and metal fragments. You can usually get enough of those while you're wandering around, but I'm not 100% on... We haven't done enough expeditions to figure that out. So we could do the level 4 Wild Deep for the barrel. I kind of want the red barrel, but... Spiderling, Red Tribe, Urk. Okay, we're just gonna do the Wild Deep. I'm surprised that... These are 4 stars kind of thing. I wonder how it becomes 4 stars. I haven't seen anything lower than 3. Now keep in mind, when you're first starting Return to Moria, in the campaign or the sandbox, you're not going to have all the tools that I have, so you got to keep that in mind. But you will be able to get a shield and a weapon. So you're still going to have that. We're going to get through here. We're going to hit some people. Now, I usually go with a shield and a weapon because I like the ability to block stuff at times. You know, I have some two-handed weapons equipped. I want to start transitioning over to that. For the simple fact of just expanding my repertoire, as you might say. But mainly also because I want to try and rework my hotbar to allow me to be able to do other stuff. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be sunstone.
If a spider skittered across my camp, a terrible day'd have she. I'm a feisty fool with an empty fork, and if she would not flee, she would wind up caught in an 8-legged knot. Spider for dinner for me.
I want this song to complete. I don't want it to not be done. Okay, so we got a troll. Okay, perfect thing. Troll fighting can be done multiple ways. You can go ahead and cheese it by... Why can't I build? Does the... At all? Ever? I just want to build a torch. So you can cheese trolls via archery, bows, crossbows, that kind of thing. Just stand behind like a wall. Can't build. So we're in the dark. I'm sorry. Or you can fight them. It is totally up to you. Can I build yet? Okay. Let's go ahead and get a torch. That's irritating. Don't tell me I cannot build in an expedition. Blocking a troll is not the good idea. You need to go ahead and dodge it. Moths and bats, it is easier to target them via the middle mouse button or whatever button that you have, and then attack. If you're not using a shield, you have to target them. If you are using a shield, just go ahead and equip the shield and then do a little charge. Now, can I? Nope, it won't allow me to. So this, I think, is a significant design flaw in Expedition. It's almost like they're forcing you to have a torch or Xeric's torch to be able to get through if there is no light. That I don't appreciate, because if I want to go ahead and mine this entire seam, I should be able to drop down a torch. That's irritating. Sorry if I'm going off on a tangent there, but that kind of actually irritates me. Can I can build platforms. But I can't build torches. Did they add a hotkey for torches? Let's look. Let's look at this. No. Quick build platform. Quick build rope. No torch. Okay there, guys. Game devs. WTF.
Drinks!
Oh, this is gonna be a pain. I should have left the Durins axe at home then. It's almost useless now. Oh, let's go this other way. Hey, this doesn't have Okay. This has light. Now, as I block these guys,
That's all you got?
if you block anything and charge and hit them, they will be put on their butt if they're a two-legged. If they're four-legged, they just kind of do whatever. They just kind of back up a little bit and are stunned, but it doesn't really affect them that much. Four-legged, if I can, I'll focus on them to get rid of them really quick. They're a little bit more mobile than orcs. If I'm facing away from somebody, like I'm attacking this guy and I see somebody coming up from behind, dodge forward. If they're in the middle or right before attacking, you'll get out of their range. While you're going and fighting either way, if you just simply switch your camera, you're not going to dodge in that, even if you kind of go off to the side. So it's just one of those, you kind of got to get used to which way that you're dodging. I got that actually pretty well. It's, your skill at fighting is just going to improve as you normally go through the game. I would have to say use a shield and one-handed weapon before you get into any kind of two-handed hijinks. That's just me. I think it's better for people. Gave me all iron ore. So where's the red barrel? Let's see if I get red barrel from all this. I should. If it's not in the gem walls, then it should be a byproduct of this wall, right? Yep, it was. So, mining in the dark for red barrel. And we're gonna get a lot more iron and some red barrel. Okay. Now, I have also made a change to my settings, and if you're a solo player, I would suggest making sure that your settings are set to solo. If you go into the escape menu, I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done with this vein. You go into settings, difficulty, go one below settings, go to solo, hit confirm. These are your solo settings. Keep your combat difficulty a little bit lower until you get used to it. Enemy aggression default or low. Again, how often enemies attack and how many will attack at once. If you're not used to the game, default or low, don't go above that. Survival difficulty is whatever. There's so many ways to get around it. You don't, it's not a big deal to me anyway. Mining drops and world drops. Now, the first 4 episodes we saw how much more, or the expeditions, we saw how much more ore, and we've seen it right now. In one chest there was close to 120 iron ore. I have been dropping this to very low for both of those. Now, for defeating orcs and enemies, you could conceivably just leave it at low, but the amount of ore that drops from each vein, I'm going to drop it to very low. If expedition chests, or the chests in expeditions that we just saw, all contain whatever ore that the expedition says, I mean, even with very low, I don't need to do much mining. That's why I'm not so sure that the miners really need to be there. If we can go on an expedition for whatever we might need and come back with 300, 400, 500, 600 ore, I don't know if we need a miner. Need more blacksmith artisans and whatnot to take care of that ore. Turn it into ingots and product for trade. But that's going to be something that we look at later too. I just think that you get so much ore from the chest now and what little mining that you can do that you just don't need much from it. If you're also solo and you have a at the very beginning of the campaign, the first time that I played, I turned down both horde frequency to very low and siege frequency to very low at the beginning. I am not ashamed to admit that I did that. Horde frequency is just when you're wandering around, the amount of noise, like it says, how often noisy action will trigger a horde of orcs. The horde of orcs is always like weaker, so it shouldn't be too bad to just rush in and kill them all. You can always run away a little bit and then kind of get a breather and come back. But siege, that's how often they attack your base. And I just kind of got, like, I'm off in the middle of nowhere and I don't want to have to run back for a siege kind of thing. Up to you. But those are my settings right now. Again, change it to solo if you are solo. Now, as for two-handed, we can... Nope, I don't want that. Problem with two-handed is you don't have a torch hand. So it's very hard to be able to kind of go through with a two-handed weapon without having a torch. Oh, that is some... Oh, I hate this thing. Okay. Is there another... The way out is over there or over there? Okay. I need some more orcs. So I can go over some fighting tips with a two-handed weapon. And that is Drake. Okay. We're gonna... This is more than one Drake. Oh. And this is the time when I use a box. Now, I tend to try and not fight drakes in cramped quarters, mainly because they can be a pain with their tail swipe. There's very little time frame. See, I can't see anything. Dodging is always better. Because you don't get any damage. Okay. That's really a weird thing. To not be able to see. I don't know if that's gonna... That's kind of really rough on somebody, you know? But... Is this Drake stuff? Tell me this is scales. Yep, it is. Can I get more scales over here? Is this scales? Yes. It's like my inventory is already full. Drop the more useless items. It's gonna become a... What do I need more on expeditions? Because there's no way for me to bring... Okay, come on. Bring more chests that I can just throw stuff in and it comes back with me. I don't want to see... how far deep I can get. Really? What? Come on, stop. Oh, will you stop doing that? Will you stop doing that, please? Oh, look at all that. Is this all sunstone? Where's that noise come from? It's past this. Okay. Is it going to be more drakes versus whatever? I do like two-handed weapons. It's swipe, swipe, swipe. Every 3 hits, you get, you know, this. It's the same kind of 3 hits. Swipe, swipe, downward thrust. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Whenever you see a warg start coming at you, you can just dive to one side or another. Man, the water is looking really weird. I'm sorry it's so dark. I really am. I wish I could have... Oh. Wonder if that's new because of how they did the update. Oh, here's some more. Oh, I'm gonna try the halberd, the Laffenzen. Now, all these weapons have power attacks. I don't usually use them. I probably should. So you just hold down the button for a while, and it will go off when you release it. You have to wait until it becomes like glowy or something will like, looks like it's pinging. If, as soon as it hits that little, right there, you go, then it'll probably do one thing. Or you hold it down for even more and it does another one. It will go ahead and do like your spinning attack or something like that. So each weapon will have it a little bit different. See, there's another like 110 ore. It's almost like you need a mod to be able to carry more. I already have 300 iron ore, and that's just 2 chests. I haven't even really mined yet. Well, I kind of want every single little bit of gems and whatnot. Where's the key? Did I accidentally hit the... Where'd the key go? Did I drop the key over here when I was unloading a bunch of stuff? Oh, no, I didn't destroy this thing. This would have given me the key for this chest, and I used the key from the other one. There it is. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about me. Another 110, 90. Oh, I still got that other iron pickaxe, the ironwood pickaxe. So I guess if you can't build anything, then there's no point in bringing a hammer on them in expeditions at all. So we're just gonna have to revise our loadout, so to speak. We're not gonna need black diamonds for waystones. We're not gonna need coal for hearths, or any kind of stone to build anything. So you might just be able to come in with like a select group of items, and that's one of the reasons why I want to go to a two-hander, so that I can get rid of one item off. I wouldn't have an extra 3 things here, but I'm just trying to offer some tips on fighting. And then of course we have to make the decision about a Duran's axe kind of thing. You know, walking around, it seems like there's a little bit of light in some of these areas and not so much in others. So do we need to bring a torch, or do we just say screw it and just not? I don't know. This is going to be one of those odd decisions that you're going to have to make with your build, of whether or not you want to take that into effect of like, hey, am I going to be in the dark? Are you stuck up there? And I can't seem to jump up there because you're like, there we go. But I got way more iron than I need. And I haven't even tried to get a lot of the red barrel and whatnot. To take it back with me. Like, there's just so much more that I could be mining and going through. But even with conserving, like, how much sunstone do I need? Man, I'm going to be leaving so much behind. Though, I will have to say, you know, in the campaign, in the sandbox, when you dropped stuff, it stayed there forever. And I had a feeling that it would possibly degrade the world file or the save file if you had too much stuff just lying around not doing something, right? And with expeditions, if you just leave it here, once the expedition goes, it just deletes all that stuff, I'm assuming, so that it won't be part of the file. So I'm hoping that that's right. So you can just go mining forever in these just for specific stuff and just drop whatever you don't want. My sunstones are full. Wow. Okay. Okay. So, main things for fighting. I don't know how much you need. One-handed, block with the right mouse button, and charge with the left one. And then drop your shield to go ahead and attack. Always lock on if you need to focus down on one thing, and don't be hesitant to just back up and just dodge a couple times. Enhance that with every single abak that you possibly have. Mainly the ones that I use is increase attack power, armor effectiveness, and the abak to dodge without spending stamina. Those 3 are the biggest ones. The increased stamina is good too. And then of course, swift to run without spending stamina is always good to get into the fight or out of the fight and not die from lack of stamina. Don't forget wineskins, brews, ale that you can carry with you to help you with that stuff too. So that's a good thing to not forget about. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine a little bit more, and then next episode we'll go over some other stuff. Let me know if that helped you. For the person that wanted to know some combat tips and explain about it. If you need some other stuff, let me know and I will try and talk about it for the next episode or in a couple of them. As for me, I'm going to go ahead and mine a couple little areas and then get out of this expedition. Next time, we'll come back and see how much the coal miner has come, and we'll probably go ahead and find out distance-wise, get rid of the coal mine, put it out a little bit farther, and see how far we can try and track his progress. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I hope you all have a great, wonderful day. Goodbye for now.